I'm Stephen Julander from Santa Fe Spirits, and here's your craft spirits and distilling tip of the week. One of the things that occurs when we're bottling these matured spirits is something called bottle shock. And as the process of bottling occurs, the cutting of the spirits down, we take our time. We add a little bit of water over a long period of time to make the smoothest alcohol we can. But no matter what, when the alcohol goes into a bottle, something occurs called bottle shock. And it just makes the spirit taste a little hotter. It goes away after 2 to 3 weeks. But something I've noticed with aging as well, a similar process occurs. And I think something more than just the spirit moving in and out of the barrel, but actually just the alcohol sitting and resting in that barrel. And I believe, and I wish I had science behind it, but I do believe that the molecules kind of line up over time and relax into a space that makes them a smoother and calmer product to drink that really helps emphasize the flavor compounds even more, rather than a new spirit that comes off the still is going to have a little more heat to it and a little less bright of some of those flavors. A lot of my history has been making bourbon and rye as a distiller. And those are put in that new American oak charred barrel, aged for 2 years. To go back over, I've switched now and we are making, single malt, which is a totally different grain in a way, actually reference our other videos, that's made in a way that's similar to beer to start out with and then distilled. It's a lighter grain and a lot lighter flavor compounds. We do use that mesquite smoke. And so when we bring in that mesquite smoke, it's actually blown over and helps to malt that grain, but imparting that flavor in there. Now it's a really, really light flavor. And so over time, a lot of these barrels will actually overwhelm that, especially the new charred barrels. The reason we 100% utilize the used barrels is, it doesn't have that char. It's a lot more mellow of a barrel, and you're really focusing on the spirits itself, the grain itself, and those flavors that are in the spirit less aggressively with the barrel as it ages. And so we still get color. Again, that color of that spirit in that used barrel is much lighter, but that grain, that smoke passes through. When we utilize those blends, and I speak as we kind of blend over time, I have been speaking on the blending. We blend, about 2/3 of those used barrels to push through a lot of those smoky and grain flavors. And then about 1/3 of our blend is actually the new barrels. Those new barrels give that color. We wouldn't have the spirit and those blends that we have without the used and the new oak. I love the fact that we actually are able to pull from different casks and different places in this distillery, as well as, we're an older distillery as far as craft goes. We have stock back here that's from distillers, not only myself, but that have worked here in the past. And so again, these little time machines, time capsules back here are able to kind of have the nuances of each distiller, and I can pull from different areas to really make a blend, something that's continuous over time, but then it's something that's also completely unique to me as a distiller, and make sure that the flavor of our spirits pass through, and something that's groundbreaking, but unique to us in New Mexico in general. To learn more about maturation of spirits in barrels, click the link below.